Wholeness, beautiful beings, welcome to my channel. Wow, so I literally was almost done doing my seasonal energy reading and the camera just clicked off. So I'm going to do this again. I'm not going to pull new runes. I'm just going to start over with the runes that I pulled. And wow, I'm just kind of flabbergasted right now. Woo, okay, so I'm gonna burn the sage. I guess I forgot to burn it beforehand just to clear the space again. Wow, I was not expecting that. I'm actually quite shocked. Gee willikers. Okay, so I'm doing an energy reading for the new season. Okay. Season of air, season of wind, season of the breath, the element of air, element of wind. Um, So I'm doing the reading for Monday, April 1st, 2024 to Sunday, June 30th, 2024. Okay? I'm just going to allow that white sage to enter into the space. Oh my goodness. Wow. So we have a lot of astrological energies popping off right now. We just got out of the full moon portal of last month in the end of March. Then we have the up and coming eclipse, April 8th. And then we are also entering into the season of Mercury retrograde. Mercury controls and it influences communication. One note I will say, or just a side note, when it comes to astrology, I don't believe that astrology is outside of ourselves. Astrology is within ourselves. We have Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, we have Earth, we have the sun, we have the moon. All of that is within ourselves. So if however it resonates with you, if you use the Vedic astrology or the Western astrology, you know, make it your own. Understand your own nature when it comes to Mercury. Mercury is the god of communication, right? And it is the god of communication, networking, connectedness. And so when there's a retrograde, it means something is going backwards and communication can be affected. Don't allow things in the current storyline of what they tell you Mercury retrograde is. Question it, sit with it, process it. Just like the energies of full moon and eclipses and whatnot, don't lock yourself into storylines and narratives that come from these energy blueprints, because that's just what they are. They're just storylines, okay? And yes, there are some stories and narratives that you resonate with, that can help you and guide you, but that's it. Be very, very, very careful. Even with my own energy reading, okay, that I'm sharing with you. Question it, sit with it, meditate on it. If it's not for you, don't take it in. If it is for you, take it in, process it, sit with it, question it. Strengthen your discernment at this time. In the season of air, the season of the element of wind, it's all about discernment. And the wind, I feel like it rules the crown chakra, third eye chakra, and the throat chakra, right? You have the throat chakra, it's communication, speaking, singing, using air, right? Wind, you're using your breath to communicate, to express yourself. Your third eye is your vision, right? It is the inner eye, is the inner knowing and seeing. And then you have your crown chakra, which connects you to the all, where you receive divine guidance, divine intervention, and whatnot. So that is what I feel intuitively, what the season of, or the element of air, and what that brings. And so we're April, May, and June rule that, okay? So let's take a look at the month of April, okay? So we have B. I have not yet given names to or characters to these energies, these runes that I have, these symbols. Over time, it will come. But as of right now, this is what it is. So the state of being, allow yourself to be, right? It's all about, in the month of April, we have a lot of change, metamorphosis. We just left winter behind. Winter is gone, right? For now. And we're entered into the portal of spring, springing ahead. Right, we lose an hour, right? We're springing ahead. We're literally jumping. If you can I see a rabbit, right? Jumping, hopping, skipping, moving. April is about metamorphosis and transformation. If you think of the butterfly, okay, the bee, it's all about the state of being, beingness. The butterfly, before it becomes a butterfly, it is the caterpillar. And with the caterpillar, it goes through its phases of evolution to become the butterfly, right? And so through change and through this eclipse that will take place in the next several days, sometimes it's quite painful. Sometimes you have to really take under consideration that not all change feels good. Not all change is fluid and nice and painless and soothing. Sometimes the most powerful and the most needed change comes with a little bit of suffering. But wouldn't we all rather take temporary suffering than long-term suffering because we avoided making the decisions that we need to make? There's a lot of energy this next several weeks. Okay, and so it's like with this air energy that we're entering into, right, in our minds, we must be careful with what we consume, and we must get in tune with our voice. There's a time to speak and express. There's a time to be silent and reflective. So with this time, the state of being, what does that mean? We're moving from the age of doing, building, into the state of beingness, where we're questioning the very nature of things. What is a woman, or what is a human, right? We're redefining things, and I'm not here to label things good or bad or conspiracy theory. It's just it's what is. Somehow, some way, we're in this point of our human evolution where we're beginning to question the very nature of the things that we've defined over millennia. That's saying something. Something is happening, and we just can't put our finger in on it because it's a very personal, individual experience. Okay, so that is the month of April. Okay, so with April, again, whatever's coming, all right, or I'm sorry, whatever needs to be released, release it. One thing that I will say about eclipses is that it gives you a clear yes or it gives you a clear no. There's nothing in between. There is no, but what if, No, there's no hesitation. It's a yes or a no. It's very clear, it's very black or white. And you have to be able to discern for you. Make the decisions that you need to make for you and no one else. A lot of the time we'll sacrifice ourselves for the betterment of someone else. Well, I don't want to make this decision because then it's going to make it harder for this person, or it's going to affect this person in a bad way. That's not for you to decide. That's outside of your power. You have to make the choices and use your mental body, right, to make the choices that you need for your own personal growth. A butterfly isn't going to say, oh, I don't want to eat, or a caterpillar is not going to say, I don't want to eat the leaves because then the ants won't have something to eat, and then the tree can't be a tree because I'm eating the leaves to fatten myself, and I think that's selfish. No, the caterpillar must decide to choose to eat and eat and eat and eat to fatten itself up, right? Like the butterfly has to fly It has to flutter away. So don't like don't sabotage your growth and the time to expand your wings. Okay? That's for April. And we have the wolf energy. Now, wolf is my power animal. It's one of my spirit guides. Okay? And the wolf rules the element of air, meaning the mind, right? Teachers, and the medicine of the wolf is the teacher. It is the guide. It is the professor. It is the mentor. And they are the ones that strengthen your mind. Teachers strengthen your mind. The educator strengthens your mind. It helps to guide you to trust your own discernment, to trust your own intuition, to trust your own inner wisdom, okay? And so with that, the phrase, come what may, things are going to, like the wind brings things in and the wind takes things away, right? And we have to allow ourselves to be anchored and grounded at this time, because when you're ungrounded in the season of air, you can be blown in many different directions that will take you off of your path. And side note, we're all on a pathless path, by the way. When I say take you off of your path, you're not focused, right? And so when you're in the season of air during April, May, but specifically in May, make sure that you are grounded, okay? But in this groundedness, you need to allow whatever comes your way to come what may, come what will, right? Things that are meant for you will come to you. They will not run away from you. Things that are not meant for you, let it go. Let it go, let it go. You have to let it go, okay? Let it be released from you. But even the word may, it's like giving permission for things to come to you and for things to leave you. That's very important next month. And finally, we have the month of June. I always think of June bug, like beetles are coming out, and then you have the lightning bugs, like beetles are everywhere. And beetles, actually, insects, represent the fire element, the fire nation, the fire energy, right? And that's when things start getting a little hot, okay? And so we have 3 here. We have the triangle, which is all about, it's a powerful, yet unstable creative energy. Okay, 3 is unstable. Whenever I see 3, I see like a 3-legged chair. Okay, but when I see 3 in the season of air, it can be very unstable, right? Like your mind is it's like there's the truth, and then there's hold on. There is your internal story, there's the external story, and then there's the truth. Okay? It's what we project onto ourselves, what we project to others, and then there's just the actual truth. And the most important thing here is to not get caught up in the stories that are created for you or that you're creating for yourself to make your life easier. Sometimes we lie to ourselves. And I think this energy is asking us to kind of break out of that unstable energy. Be honest with yourself. Be honest. You can't make other people be honest with you, but you can be honest with you. And that is where you find your authentic voice. That is where you find your sovereignty, like being honest about your needs, wants, desires, being honest about where you're at in your life. We all have this like, oh, I want to be here, right? And so we focus, we escape into that ideology, into that storyline that takes us away from what's actually happening. I do this, right? When you don't like where you're at, or you dislike where you're at, or you're disappointed by the outcome of something and you feel a little stuck or you feel like you don't know where to turn, what do we tend to do as human beings? We begin to externalize our power. We run away from internalizing. And in the season of the mind, in the season of air and of breath, meditation will be very, very useful. Because especially in the practice of mindfulness, when you're sitting there and you're just being the ultimate observer of the mind. So in the month of June, just be aware of the unstable, the instability, okay, of you. Just sit with it. You don't act on it, sit with it. Okay? Because the air is going to move around you regardless. Right? I'm getting like the eye of the storm, a tornado. Like you can have a tornado, like you're sitting in the eye of the storm, which is the calmest, right? And all around you is chaos. And it's so important for you. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a tornado right there, but then you have to decide how you're going to handle that. Are you going to sit in the eye of the storm, or are you going to become part of the storm? Are you going to become part of the chaos? So sitting in that space, okay, will truly allow you to enter into, I think, to expand your consciousness, really. When you there's this shaman, I can't remember what his name was, but through his training, if you will, he would go to a club or a rave or something for 4 hours, okay? And he would sit in meditation for 4 hours while the music is just pumping, okay? It's completely chaotic. But he did that to help ground himself and to not get lost in the chaos and into the external stimuli that surrounded him. So overall, in this reading, I'm getting good vibes, okay? I'm not, like, people are getting all worked up about the eclipse and April 8th and like it's the end of the world. Listen here, okay? This is the end of the world. It's your internal belief system that really dictates your reality. You can't control, all right? And listen here, this is a season of air, right? You can't control what's being blown away from you, what's being blown into your life. You really just have to be anchored with you. Season of air, the wind element asks us to be grounded and centered, and to let things that are stuck on us, aren't supposed to be stuck on us, like parasitic thoughts or vampiric energies or just really ill habits that keep us stuck. Let that wind energy take them away. Take it all away. Okay? Be anchored in this season between April, May, and June. This is crucial. Meditation, silent meditation. You can create your own retreats. You don't need to spend $2,000 to go sit somewhere and not talk. You can create your own retreats, your own getaways. You really can. And I might make a video on how to do that. I've been inspired by other people and other practices throughout my life and whatnot. And so, but just be very aware and very conscious, okay, and be anchored this season of air. Be connected with the breath. Get in tune in April with the breath. Get in tune in May. Let things come what may. And then sit in the eye of the storm. Don't try to go through it. Don't try to run away from it. Just sit in the eye of the storm. And that's it. That concludes the reading for the season of air, for the seasonal energy reading for April, May, and June. And I hope this message finds you well and whole. Thank you so much. Take care. Oh, let me burn a little bit of this. This Palo Santo. All right. Look out for the monthly reading of April 2024, and I will see you soon. See ya.